Well, we will have to see, ladies and gentlemen. The pistol round of this opening map is about to begin. HELLRAISERS up against HONORIS here to determine who is making it into the playoffs. Not much utility coming out for the CTs, just a couple of flashes in the hands of HELLRAISERS. Meanwhile, Prism and Neo pick up the smokes and the flashes on this T side and look for a way into the early vent.
It's going to be a dive down vent for... Actually, Prism missed the vent there, but he eventually does jump through. Jalem does get himself the first kill of the round onto Rico. And there are already 2 players down below. So that is the B bomb side pretty much defended. They lose Neo as well. And... they're going to go outside right now, but long-range tap fights against the USPs, this is not the perfect position to stand in. Storm does chime in to get a kill onto Kalinka, but HELLRAISERS is there. Jalem as well and spots out. I think he spotted out both of them, and yeah, that should be the intel they need to try and lock it down. But Prism with a double headshot coming through. Tap's long range is down to 17 HP. Peek out wide. Taz trying to close the gap, but... they are up against Problem, who is in heaven. They don't know where the last player is right now. And JR, who is actually still hiding on that B side, waiting for the push coming in there. And HONORIS, this is kind of scary there with their positioning. Of course, time is also of the essence. They need to clear out a bomb site, and that needs to be completely clear because these pistols can definitely shut you down if you make a mistake.
They certainly can. They're creeping down towards that B site, but they have to up the pace with only 10 seconds left on the clock. A plant is absolutely necessary. Prism spotted out at close range and cleaned away by JR, who's looking for the final headshot onto Taz. He has to go for kills either way, and the CT pistol goes the way of HELLRAISERS. That makes it very difficult for the T side now, and the odds from our partners over at LukeBet certainly reflecting that. HELLRAISERS, your heavy favorites here on Nuke, and I have to say I agree with those.
Yeah, especially with the opening pistol added in, and the statistics from HONORIS on it, which is pretty much god-awful in recent memory. And yeah, it did not really look like their game plan was that great. Luckily, there were a couple of kills coming through from their players, from Prism especially, to try and even it out. But, oh... Kalinka gets a one and done right there. Spray coming out from Jalem, gets 1 kill, is out of ammo right now, but they jump down towards the B side. Problem tries to deny the bomb plant coming through, but is not going to be able to deny the bomb plant. So all in all, not too bad from HONORIS just yet. They know that there's still a player coming outside. Neo is going to get shut down, and the last 2 defenders are on the B site with close range Prism trying to get some extra money with that XM kill, and it's going to be an easy defuse for HELLRAISERS, but they got the bomb plant in, so it's like not too bad. I mean, they'll be able to upgrade a little bit in the next round, but it's pretty much an easy defense from HELLRAISERS nonetheless. 2-0.
And should be the 3-0 conversion here as well. HONORIS don't really want to be investing into this round. They'd have players that are lacking. But, I mean, they could go for pistols and armor for sure, but they would really be lacking the full utility and weaponry that they would otherwise be looking for in a full gun round. The 3-0 conversion should be on the way. There's utility coming out from this T side and a couple of deagles, but without much body armor, it's going to be very difficult indeed for these pistols to find frags. Early utility damage only minor onto this HONORIS side as Neo's down to 71. They just about get the boost up in the ramp room in time. That is the play all but shut down as Prism, left totally alone with his P250, will get Problem, jumps through with the MP9, but gets cleaned away by HELLRAISERS soon after. And now HONORIS have their best attempt at a first full gun round.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick round from HELLRAISERS, only losing 1. Not too bad, but just stop picking up that op versus JR's op. Okay, big
And that should be a critical factor to deal with in the remainder of this one. The AK is coming forward. Prism hunting forward, but Kalinka with that shotgun finds the frag. Neo and Raiko can get some back, but no one's ready for Flaric with that FAMAS. Does a lot of work and leaves Neo in a 1-on-2.
Well, I don't know if my microphone is back up, but hopefully I should not be sounding so beep boopy. It's a software kind of issue that sometimes occasionally happens. I don't know why, and it randomly just comes in. Sorry for that, everyone. But we will have Neo 1 versus 2, AK in hand. He does have the superior weaponry compared to his opponents. Is trying to decide on what his game plan is going to be right here, though. But he needs to get that headshot in quickly, because that scout tag plus a body shot from the FAMAS could be detrimental. Up on in the sky, Problem swaps over to the pistol, and they're going to try and peek him. They managed to win that fight, and it is going to be HELLRAISERS on 4 rounds already.
And it should be a fairly easy 5th coming off the back of this one as well. If HONORIS did go for the full investment, they'd certainly be lacking utility to work with, and that much might be a bit too much of a problem for them. So they're going to call the first timeout of the series nice and early in round number 5. It's definitely something that I do like to see teams using their timeouts earlier on, just to break up some of that momentum from their opponents a little bit. It's probably not going to have too much impact on this direct upcoming round, but maybe the round after, the course of it might have changed with this tactical discussion.
Yeah, a little bit of tactical chatter. We might see a lot of utility on the HONORIS side. Of course, they actually have a lot of money still left. Maybe Taz might be picking up something, at least, you know, Deagle. You can still make something work with the Deagle. They've got enough smokes with one on Taz to cross outside. It's definitely possible on a map like Nuke. You've got some areas which you have close range engagements. You could go the ramp rush, for instance, or if you go an inner rush with Tech 9's P250s, you can overwhelm them, but they throw out one hell of a defense on that A side because they are terrified of the quick play from HONORIS.
And well, you look back through recently at these opening halves for HONORIS, and they don't look great, it does have to be said. Kalinka still has this heavy shotgun in hand and is still finding kills with it. Neo eventually takes down Jalen. Prison does find Problem and Kalinka. That is a lot of damage found by not very much weaponry already. HONORIS now have actually a chance to convert this. They've picked up 2 rifles. They're going to put bombs down in the A site, and that has really put some pressure onto this HELLRAISERS squad.
Yeah, there's a flank coming in. JR with the USB needs to kind of find a gun to upgrade with, and I assume he'll molly second vents. Normally they would. Actually, it's going to be smoke one end. Flash coming through deep. Peeks out wide. JR does not expect him to be there. And it's going to be Neo getting the double in the end, triple in the round. HONORIS, they get away with murder there.
They absolutely stole that round away, and it's all thanks to Prism. That P250 doing tons of work in the A site, and HELLRAISERS, they expected to get past an easy eco. It did start that way, and then it went very wrong indeed after that quick P250 play. They have to keep the shotgun out in the hands of Kalinka, and this could be HONORIS developing some T-side momentum.
That was not a round that they would have expected to lose, especially with the openings on towards that A side. Stomp gets the kill onto JR, so the Optical gets 1. I think they definitely spotted a player out towards Mini, and Neo on top of it. They're going to go for the outside take on HONORIS. Without the Opper available for HELLRAISERS, it is a lot harder to try and defend this. They don't even have that much money on their side either, so they have to be very careful in what they're going to do this round. Of course, if you manage to get a couple of kills early, you can go for it, but you're looking closer and closer to safe territory unless the last three players of Hellraisers managed to get something done, but it seems very unlikely. And with that, it's only Flarich still left in the game for the Hellraiser squad. Their entire CT side just crumbled in 2 rounds.
They were read perfectly here in round number 6. Nothing that Hellraisers can do. Even Flarich now is being pre-fired by Ryko, who actually converts the shot through the smoke as well. 2 consecutive for Honoris. That is enough to cripple the Hellraisers' economy, but on stage 2 loss bonus, I'm not sure that they'll force into this. I don't think they need to take the double ecos, so it's just scraps of utility for the Hellraisers squad. A 3rd round all but confirmed from Honoris, and Hellraisers, they'll be looking to start scoring again in the next full gun round.
They better be, because it is not looking too wonderful otherwise. They only have 2 HE grenades and a couple of USBs, with a problem being the only upgraded pistol as well. And, well, Problem gets his head popped off, so that is going to be most likely Honoris on 3 after this one. They will have a decent enough buy on Hellraiser. Unfortunately, unless Problem drops an op, they should not be able to have an op into the next one for JR. And that means outside defense is going to be pretty tough to hold.
That is the real worry. How strong is that outside defense really going to be from the Hellraisers? Taz, he's taken down Kalinka. But, I mean, the rest of Hellraisers are not close enough to this bottom site to find much impact. Even Stomp is in the double flank angle. He's flanking the flank. Now, he's backing off to T-spawn to preserve his AWP and maybe find some late round long range kills. But they are walking back into him here at T-spawn, and he's waiting for them. First kill secured, second one easy peasy, and Flarich, he's going to try and pick up that deagle before he swings out, but it's too far away. He does eventually pick it up, but Stomp gets the 3rd with the AWP. 3 rounds for Honoris, and they get through it cleanly. This buy can come through for the Hellraisers squad, but utility not going to be the best.
Oh, utility definitely not going to be up to snuff. That's the problem of playing the CT side. JR does get himself an op, so that is at least something to try and contest this very scary Stomp opper outside. Of course, he lost his first duel. Let's see if he will be able to hold on and defend against the second op pick. Jalem is going to be playing outside, it seems, so he's going to go for that deep garage angle, and they're gonna just play the passive game. Honor's not that aggressive of a lineup most of the time. Like to stick to tactical reads, which is kind of interesting because, of course, Taz and Neo are from the old Virtus Pro, and that used to be a